Hey, hey guys, we're so excited today to have Joe with us. He is a CrossFit affiliate owner of CrossFit The Strip in Vegas. Super successful with ads and social media strategies. And so definitely excited to have him join us today. Today will be very educational. We are recording this so that you can always come back if you need to. But it's also one of those that's going to kind of take action and work while you are listening. So again, chat box is open if you have questions. We'll have some Q&A time at the end. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Joe.
Triple Crown. Whoever Triple Crown Athletic is, you're sharing your screen right now. Damien, can we turn that?
I will stop that sharing. That's weird. All right.
Yeah, I don't know who that girl in the bikini was, but it looks warm wherever you guys are at. That being said, guys, again, my name is Joe. I'm the owner of The Strip CrossFit, where we've been affiliated for just past our 8 year in September. Located here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Obviously, been a part of the community, tried to get to the different workshops, and I was with Jen at the recent affiliate con, and we were talking kind of back and forth about some different things. And I mean, as much as like the information and everything was super valuable in terms of coaching and stuff like that, the like some of the tacticalness of like how do you go out and like actually build additional marketing or additional awareness for your gym and being able to kind of like do it without having to like pay another like company to do it for you large amounts of money was definitely something that I was kind of passionate about. I've tried to spend a lot of money with different companies and tried to get other people to like offset it. But I mean, I've had to kind of, I mean, the same kind of like philosophy applies of like teaching somebody to fish as opposed to buying the fish. And it's like the more you can kind of take yourself out of that comfort zone of saying, hey, I'm not familiar with it or I don't know how to do it, and kind of putting yourself into it, that you can start to build a lot more traction and a lot more awareness or marketing eyeballs for the top of your funnel to be able to kind of start moving into it. And what we're going to build out today is what's called a follow campaign. If you've done some ads before, there's lots of different styles. We're going to go with the most, I call it kind of paid organic or paid organic in terms of like you're paying money to get new eyeballs, but you're not hard selling. You're not saying, hey, I have 10 spots for my nutrition or I have 10 spots for a New Year's New You challenge or anything like that. All we're doing is just trying to get new eyes into our feed or into our Instagram so that I can start to create dialogue with them through DMs or through direct messages, and that they're starting to follow my kind of my content and my gym, and that maybe when they're ready to take that next step that they think about my gym as that next place or that kind of softer place that they can kind of reach out to when they're looking to change something up. Again, there's lots of different ways to run ads. There's lots of different options within Facebook to be able to do it. And what I have found is like right now, the base of Instagram or the base of meta marketing is kind of that organic reach, is building people into the top or being aware that my gym exists. And then when they do find that they have a problem or that they're willing to take the step forward, that now we are then kind of pitching them or selling them into something to come in for a free class or a $50 first month. But if I can get 200, 400, 1,000 new eyeballs or 1,000 new people following my Instagram account, when I do make that call to action, when I do make that social post saying, hey, we're doing a first of the year $50 first month, or if I bring a friend, that like maybe I get 2 or 3 more people that weren't within the walls of my gym now reaching out to be able to kind of come in or be able to check us out. Kind of that same thing is like, hey, like maybe I'm not right now necessarily looking for luggage. I'm not planning a vacation or anything. It's winter, it's that or this. But like the more awareness I can create for the luggage, the more I'm going to be able to, when I'm ready for it, that I can now go there and ask questions and or buy it. So the 3 different things that we're going to kind of work through today is how do I take something from being a Instagram post that I do organically to being able to get eyeballs on it that aren't my members, that my members aren't sharing it. I'm not getting any traction. I'm only getting 100 views or 100 likes or whatever. And how do I get more people within my community to be able to see it and then take action from it, moving people one step forward from I didn't know that this place existed to now I'm just going to ask for a soft sell of, hey, will you just follow me? We're not selling them. We're not, hey, come in for a class consult or anything like that. We're just asking them to take one step towards me as opposed to away. So we're just asking for a little bit more movement to get them into our arena to be able to then move them further down the funnel into a different type of sale and or a different type of ad campaign that I could potentially run later. So the three different things that we're going to use for today, I'm going to make sure that I have my screen share on. Jen, you can still hear me, yeah? Jen?
Yes.
You can still hear it? Okay, the three different things that we're going to use for today, and we're going to come back to this, but we're going to start here is make sure that you have your ads manager, that you are, whether you're the owner and that you're using it or that you're signed to it, but that you're not on your personal one, that you're not on your own account, but that you are on your business account, that you have a business portfolio and that the business account is linked to that Instagram and Facebook. The second one that you're going to have is our business Instagram page. So this is our business page for the Strip CrossFit. Here at the top, we have our small stuff. We have a small call to action with our getting started, and then all of our pinned posts along with our like organic posts all the way through. From there, the third one that you're going to want to have opened or at least accessible, you can do this later or do it, walk right along with us as we're doing it, is that you want to have your a search engine for some type of AI, some type of like either ChatGPT or Gronk or whatever you want to be able to use for that, but something to be able to get new ideas and be able to help you curate content so that you're not sitting here for 30 or 45 minutes stuck behind a computer wondering what I'm going to make as my call to action, that you're able to be able to do that and do it a little bit faster. That's kind of what I use it for. It's not to come up with new ideas, but to like kind of prompt it and be able to give it the different things to be able to do so. So what we're going to do for today is we're going to take an organic post and then we're going to, in essence, I mean, people to use different words, but you can put money behind it. You can boost it. But being able to truly like get it into like where best, like best use of like money behind it. We don't care about necessarily having the most followers, but that our followers are people that can actually take action within our community. We don't want to just get more likes and more follows into our business. We want to make sure that they're specialized and that they're targeted so that they are within the community or within people that could take action to take that next step forward into membership and or kind of becoming a member of our gym. So what I'd like everybody to do is, again, these don't have to be a new post. They can be as old as a year. When you're boosting it, it takes the date off of it on the sponsored pages. So don't worry if it's a little bit older or something like that. But what I want you to do is kind of also think about this. The easiest ones or the best ones that work the best are either community events where you're either showing a lot of people because they can kind of see other people doing different stuff and doing different exercises and things that maybe they find intriguing. So that might be something that they'd want to follow. Or the other one, which we try to get once a month, is a testimonial, is a member just standing in front of our gym or out in front of our gym. We do this. I mean, you can do it with new clients. You're like, hey, this is Josh. He's a dedicated part of our team or a dedicated member. And like him telling a personalized story is going to go a lot longer with somebody else that might recognize and or like see themselves in them to take that next step forward and be able to at least, again, just follow you. We're not trying to sell them right out of the gate. We're not hard selling here, but we're just trying to get them to engage with your gym. So what I want you to do is you're going to go from that main page. You're going to find one of your posts where I'm going to use the testimonial one from Josh because I think it's a little bit easier and makes it a little bit more. And you're going to click the three little more option buttons up here on the top right. From there, your second thing that you're going to see is your edit. Now I can edit this post. So what I want to typically do is when I'm doing this is I want to run it organically for about a week, sometimes two. I want it to get out there into the world. I want my members to engage with it. I want to get some likes preferably some comments, so that people see that there are people at the gym and stuff like that. And then after it runs for 1 to 2 weeks, then I want to create the call to action for that follow. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to be able to now edit all of this and be able to edit my actual text inside of here from what I sent to my members, which was this, and got them to engage to it. Now I want to speak outside of my community, outside of the people that are within my walls, and be able to get them to engage to it. Was that somebody? Hello? Somebody there?
You're good.
Good. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hold right where we're at. We're going to go edit your info. And then what I want you to do is I want you to pull up your Chat GPT. Again, if you don't have it, just type in Chat GPT, pull up the first window that pops up. And then Jen, will you put prompt number 1 into the text or into the box or into the chat?
Yep, there it is.
So I want you to just take prompt number 1 and I want you to type it in there. And then I want you to change the first couple of things. So I want you to read through it. I want you to understand like how I'm prompting Chat GPT to help me. I'm a social media marketing agency, and my goal is to come up with strong headlines to get someone to follow The Strip CrossFit's Instagram page. Please give me 5 that draw out emotion and engagement with locals in Las Vegas, Nevada, along with the copy for taking action. So what I want you to do is I want you to take this exact prompt. I want you to change it to your gym name and change it to your city. And then I want you to hit send. And I want you to see what you get. Should get 5. That sound okay. It's a little tough. The call to action is separate, but it's not together. But you're going to read through all 5 of them. You're like, all right, we're kind of getting somewhere. We're getting kind of, I have some ideas now. Everybody have it? Thumbs up in the chat if you're there so far. Thumbs up, maybe a little bit.
I'm fighting with the copy paste on my computer.
Yeah, no worries.
Trying.
Yeah, no, I don't want to move too fast. I want to make sure that like I have kind of everybody kind of with me. I know it takes a second to change out your gym name and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not copying and pasting for me either.
There you go, guys. I just put the full prompt inside of the chat as well. So you can just copy and paste that whole thing and then change out The Strip CrossFit, change that out to your gym name, and then Las Vegas, Nevada, change that out to your city.
Not allowing copy and paste.
Oh, no?
No.
Jen, is that?
I screenshot it and threw into an image to text editor.
We didn't work through it.
Good settings for that. I don't think that's
that people aren't allowed to like copy and paste from the
I think it's a stinking
chat.
Zoom setting or something.
Oh shit.
I mean,
Okay. Well, that's
play around with it. I can have it in a Google Doc if I need to drop the doc in here and see if you guys.
Yeah, if you want to if you can drop the whole doc in there, and then people can pull it one prompt at a time.
Yeah, Google search says it's a host setting for copying.
I'm gonna figure it out, you guys. Move on.
Format? No. Where? Yeah. I knew there was something that we'd have to work through, Jen.
This is new.
Yeah, right.
Right. I'm gonna keep playing. I don't want to hold you guys up.
Okay. Yeah. So again, basically you're just prompting ChatGPT to give you a couple of different ideas to kind of build out and start the journey. I'm going to follow this through. And then again, if you can copy and paste it, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. You can use the final prompt that I'm going to give you to be able to create the thing. But from there, you're going to then ask down and you're going to do it again. The next one that you're going to do though is here. Let me pull it back up. Is that you're then going to ask to refine it a little bit. I said the first step is to follow us. So let's make sure that we're asking for this right from the beginning. So from that, it's going to then take it a little bit further. It's going to take it back in. And now it's going to give us some better call to action headlines to be able to start a better prompt to be able to get it. So follow us and transform your Vegas lifestyle with this Strip CrossFit community. Some different ones. I'm not going to read through all of them, but just kind of gives you some different ideas on there. From there, I'm going to go one more time. I said, okay, this is great. Now let's really make the copy more specific to CrossFit as opposed to every other type of group fitness program out there. So you're going to copy that. You're going to now update it again. Again, you could take it from the first one. This is just how I take it each time to really kind of try to get a better call to action and be able to get better each and every time and refine the different styles to it. So now I have 5 different call to actions with a better copy that relates better to CrossFit. It says words like WOD of the day or workout of the day, member transformations. CrossFit talks about different things, competitions and stuff like that. And then I'm going to do one more. And that, okay, this time I want to really pull on emotion as they're probably not at a gym currently, but typically out of shape, overweight, and need to take action with their own health and fitness. So I'm going to copy that, and now I'm going to post that into it. And one more time, I'm going to refine it. And it's going to give me 5 different options. Again, if you don't like any of them, you don't need to use it, but it's more for ideas purposes and so that you're not always saying the exact same thing, but basically just trying to get us some different ideas. So I'm going to use this middle one. Number 4, I'll put it in the chat, or Jen, if there's a way to be able to send it to you, or if you want to copy it, or guys, if you can pull it right from the page. I don't know if you can on there or not. But I'm going to try to give you the idea of it, and then we'll kind of pull it out of there. So you're going to take this, and then you're going to place it right at the top of that organic post. So now you're going to change it to here. So you're going to say follow us, but you're going to say at your gym. So like at your hashtag, the strip. Follow us at the Strip CrossFit for inspiration and community. And then you're obviously going to get rid of the copy part. You're going to put, if you're feeling out of shape and unsure where to start, you're not alone. And having a true call to action to somebody else to be able to do it. You're going to leave the organic part in there. Again, if you want to, you can take it out. I find that it allows people to see what the initial message was that went out. Again, you can do it however you like, but this is kind of how I look at it, is that you leave it on there and then you put it all below. You can either put like a line between it, showing like a different, like separated like segment, or you can just have it kind of continue afterwards, but you just have it at the bottom of it. So you have your call to action at the top. I just want you to follow me. I'm not selling you anything. I just want you to follow us for inspiration community. I want you to tell the little part about trying to get them to engage. And then you want to give, in this instance, because it was a member spotlight, we're going to talk about him. From then, you're going to hit done. Now it's going to take that same post, as you can see here, that same post that was organic. Now it has a call to action at the top that is now allowing me to reach beyond my members and be able to get other people to engage after I've already had my member engagement. Because most posts, after about 3 to 5 days, they don't see them anyways. So like your members, if you worry about them actually seeing this, which you shouldn't, but if you do, they're not even going to see this top part because you're waiting 3 to 5 days anyways. And you're waiting till after you have your initial like engagements and posts and all that type of stuff. All right. So now we've created the post that we're now going to bring into Meta. So what we need to do is, hopefully everybody's kind of with me, is Jen, can I get some thumbs up if everybody's got something that they're working through or has a post on there? Can we get some thumbs up in the chat if you have something?
They're thumbs up and on camera, so they got it. I
Got it.
There's
Awesome.
a doc with all the prompts in there as well.
Some thumbs up. I like the National Church reservations. No. All right. Cool. We got some people. Again, this isn't going live immediately. This is just more so walking you guys through it, showing you exactly how to do it. But you could take this today and be able to start creating engagement. So from here, we're going to go into your ads manager. Now, because we were messing around with something else that is connected, hopefully through this, the first thing that you need to do is make sure that you have a refreshed page. Make sure that it's, reloaded so that when we changed stuff on our Instagram, that changed stuff shows up into the linked pages for our ads. All right. So from here, what you're going to do is we're going to create this from scratch. Again, I have a lot of different ones here that I've ran in the past and some different things. But what you're going to do is the first thing that I want everybody to do is you're just going to hit the create button. It's the big green button. From there, you're just going to hit awareness and then continue. Now it should take everybody to this page here. I know if you're trying to do them both, looking at the screen and looking at it, easiest way to do it is try to split your screen or have my video potentially on the right, your video on the left, so that you can walk through it all together and you're not having to flip back and forth between two pages. And then what you're going to want to do is you're just going to title this. Again, you can title them a bunch of different things, but this is just awareness for awareness for Instagram follows. This is the main bucket for everything. The individual posts we will actually rename, and that will be on the tier 2 step. So this is just for everything that we want to be able to get more eyeballs for follows. So you're going to go awareness for Instagram follows. You're not going to change anything through here. And then you're going to click at the bottom right, you're going to click the next button. And then it's just going to take you to the next tier. From this, now we're going to get a little bit more specific. So I'm going to call this, I'm going to always start just so that I can find them a little bit easier. I'm going to give it the date that I created, 12/9/25. And then I'm going to say, Josh, this was Josh's testimonial. And I'm going to be doing this to Instagram. So I'm going to call it Instagram. Because we've already said it's for follows. Now, which post is it so that I am aware which one is actually doing well or which one's not doing well and how long it's been running or when it was created. So I created this one 12/9/25, Josh testimonial. So I have some information on what it is. And then where am I going to be putting my eyeballs? If I want to get more nitty gritty and break it up a little bit more, I could put Instagram feed, Instagram reels, Instagram stories, and be able to give it more detail and more specifics on where I want the actual follows to potentially come from. But for this campaign, we're going to allow Facebook to kind of put the money a little bit where it wants to or where it's getting the most engagement. And we're just going to call it Instagram. From there, I'm going to change this to maximize number of impressions. I want to maximize number of impressions. I don't care about the most people seeing it. I care about people that watch it a little bit, see it again, and that they're not just getting it one time, that they're going to see it a couple of times, especially if they stay on there a little bit longer. So I'm going to maximize number of impressions. Then I'll scroll down. I'll set a daily budget. $5 is great. $2 works. $3 works. Again, completely up to you. It depends on how many different ones you have going at a time. But kind of think of it as monthly budgets. So it's not $5 that then I want to turn it off. Think about it in terms of 30 days. So if I only want to do $60, I want to do $2 a day. If $5, roughly about $150 a month on there, or as opposed to $60 a month. But really kind of think about it again, you can have 5 to 7 or 10 different ads going all at the same time and being able to turn off the ones that aren't working as successfully. So you'll want to create a daily budget that allows for roughly about 30 days of running time at minimum. Not saying you have to turn it off, but that you want to typically keep it on for at minimum 30 days to be able to see if they're actually gaining traction and if you're actually getting anything from it. So you'll go daily budget, $5. That's what I'm going to stick with for today. Then I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go, this is the biggest thing that we need to focus on, is that our audience control. We need to make sure that it no longer is United States, but that we are selecting our gym. You're going to, hopefully, your gym has some credibility on Google and it can find it and that it truly knows where it is. And you can now, instead of the United States, you're going to change it to your gym. That is the location that we choose for where our ads are going. We don't care how many people follow our Instagram. We're not trying to get Instagram famous. We're trying to create ads for people to step one close further or one close closer or one step closer to engaging and or becoming a member at our gym. So from here, we're going to want to make sure that then we also change that radius. We want to, depending on your market, depending on where your members come, if you're a little bit more rural, if you're a little bit more like suburbs and or like inner city, that might be 1 mile or 2 or 3, all the way up to 10. Think about like where or how far is your average member willing to drive, or when you get on a phone call, not the like once in a lifetime person that drives 30 minutes, but like if you get on a phone call and they tell you that they're driving too far, don't advertise outside of that. Don't spend the money wishing for the unicorn person that's willing to drive 30 minutes when everybody else is within a 10-mile radius. So, or a 5-mile radius. Do it based off the conversations that you have with your current members of where they're at. So we're going to go 10 and it's going to give me this circle. Then you're going to kind of take that circle and you're like, all right, like I like that. Or like, oof, that looks a little big. Then just adjust as needed. You can take it down to 8. Maybe it makes it a little bit smaller. Okay, I like that a little bit better. But being able to do that. If you want to get more nuanced and you're like, I don't like, or there's certain areas of town that like don't necessarily translate to my gym, you can then exclude some areas, or you could put some drop points in to be able to exclude a different area. I can be able to drop out a different one or put in a different area code, but I can drop in and be like, hey, this area never comes to my gym. So I'm going to put in a dot over here. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller, not 10 miles, but that's like 2 miles. And now everybody that's in this corner would not be advertised to that Instagram ad. Again, I'm not going to get into all the details on here. You can make it as detail specific as you like. You can enter specific zip codes. You can put 89118 and it would just take out that area. You can include or exclude. So like if I want to exclude 89118, which is my corner, you can be able to do that. Oh, come on. All right. Why is that not happening? All right. Oh, there you go. But you can play around with this and be able to add some different things into there to be able to change and or add to the different ones in the area. Come on. 89118. There we go. So now it excludes this area based on zip code. Again, you can do it by drop points. You can do it by zip code specific. You can do a lot of different ones to be able to change it. But the biggest thing is making sure that it's not sending your $5 to the entire US, but that it is sending it specifically for people in your audience that can be able to attend your gym. You don't want anybody, for the sake of this, you do not care about more follows if they cannot become members at some point in the future. So from there, the second thing that you're going to do is that you're going to click on show more options and you're going to change the age range for who sees my ads. You're going to change always for majority of gyms You're probably going to change it to 25 and older. Again, if you have a slightly younger demographic, if you're in a college area and you get some people that do CrossFit, but again, don't think of the fringe people. Don't think of the 1 or 2 members. Think about where the majority of my business comes from. What is the minimum age, or who is the average age? I'm going to then go from there. That's step 1 of minimum age. Sorry. And then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to not allow Facebook to pick my target audience, but I'm going to switch it to original audience options. It's going to sound like they know better, but they don't, or they're just trying to burn through your money. Not that they don't know better. They just want to spend your money faster, but you're going to click further limit the reach of your ads, because I want to limit it to only the people I know that might come through my doors. I don't care if an 80-year-old sees it. I don't care if a 12-year-old sees it. I need to target it to the specific people that I want to engage with that post. So I'm then going to click the continue button, and it's going to give me a lot more options underneath the audience now. So now it still shows United States, has my target audience. Now it shows me a lot more information. Not only does it show that 25, but it also shows a top range. It also now allows me to adjust this way more. So instead of 25, for most of mine, I do 28. And then I stop my top end at 55. Again, that's different for every gym. Change it how you like. But again, I want to talk to the most amount of people that have the highest likelihood of engaging in it. And you're not going to get the one person that happens to be 80 years old that you talk to 100 other 80-year-olds that all say that they never do CrossFit. You don't want to have those conversations every single day. You don't want them, you don't want to pay money to have that for the one-off of the situation. Second, this is completely up to you, but if yours is a testimonial and it's gender specific, meaning that you're not bouncing back and forth between a guy and a girl talking, if it's one or the other, you want to change this to men or to women. If it's a group shot, if it's a video of community, use all. If it is specific to somebody, pick it. Yes, a female can understand about a male talking about fitness, but they will not engage like they will a male to a male or a female to a female. So if you have testimonials from females, click on those testimonials from females. If you have males, click males and be very specific about it. Again, yes, maybe everybody will understand the post and can understand losing 100 pounds, but a male seeing a 100-pound male losing weight gets way more traction than having it for both. I'll stop there just for a quick second. Everybody with me so far? So good? Some thumbs up,
Back
some
up
thumbs
to
down. Go ahead.
One quick question.
Yeah.
Mine is still connected to Facebook page. I don't see a drop down where when it says choose a page you want to promote, it has my business page. I don't see Instagram there.
We're not there yet.
Somebody else posted a question in the comments.
We're not to selecting it yet. That's next. Okay. I'll let you see that in a second. All we're doing right now is setting up the area, the budget, and who I want to speak to. Not what platform yet. Don't go that far yet, please. All I want to do is, I don't want the entire US. I want my gym in an 8-mile radius. I don't want this zip code. I don't want this area. And then I also don't want anybody younger than 28 years old. And I don't want anybody older than 55 to see my post. I do not want to spend money on audiences outside of those parameters.
Thank you.
Next step, we will choose where it's going. What actual platform? Everybody kind of with me? Some thumbs up? Anybody in the chat?
Yep, we're good.
Is this a different chat? I don't see any. Oh, there we go. We got one. Steve. We got one person who's with me.
Everyone said they were with you. Their thumbs.
Oh, okay. It's on a different one?
No, just on their screen.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, awesome. The next thing that we're going to do is now we're going to get into placements or basically platform. Again, Meta is going to try to throw it out there to everything. You need to consolidate it. Why are we going to consolidate to Instagram? I have found that Instagram direct messages right now are the best way of being able to create dialogue with somebody that isn't fully spam protected. What I mean by that is that like on emails, there's a lot of buffers that pull you away from being able to talk directly with them. In phone calls, your phones, I mean, it says spam, it says this. People are very hesitant to even answer the phone. But for some reason right now, more people are willing to actually read their Instagram DMs and have real conversations back and forth with a person on there. So what you're going to do next is that under placements, you're going to, where it says Advantage Plus placements, you're going to edit that and you're going to turn it on manual placements. It should then give you a devices, platforms, and placements. For the sake of this, we're going to turn off all Facebook. We're going to turn off all audience networks. We're going to turn off all threads. And then we should be left with just Instagram here in the center. From there, we're going to go to the 4 that actually create engagement the most. And we're going to keep on Instagram feeds. We're going to keep on profile feed, meaning that like if you pull up the search, you would actually see it on there. We're going to turn off Explorer. We're going to turn off Explore Home. We're then going to go under Stories, Status, and Reels. We're going to keep on the stories. We're going to keep on Instagram Reels. We're going to turn off Profile Reels. And then we're going to make sure that there's nothing else turned on. We just have those core 4. That's it. Should just have feed, profile feed, stories, reels. Those 4. Everything else should be turned off. I should then also see under asset customization, 4 out of 20. If you see more, make sure that they're all turned off. Do not allow it to throw it out there to every single thing because you cannot bring them back in to be able to follow you. These are the 4 that actually work for being able to create follows. The rest of this doesn't matter. The rest of this, leave it as is. You don't need to worry about any of this type of stuff. We're not in politics. We're not selling infomercials and stuff like that online. We're just creating people to follow us. So we're then going to hit the next button. This should take us to our actual ads. Now, what we need to make sure that we have is that our identity here shows that we have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. The Strip CrossFit, The Strip CrossFit. If it says anything else, it won't go to the right place. Dave, can you come off mute? Can you tell me what you're saying?
Yeah, so I'm on the placements, and when I tried to unclick the Instagram Explorer, it said, "Oh, we can only that's got to be on there."
Do you have other things turned on?
All I've got is Instagram feed, Instagram profile feed, but then when I try to
unclick Explore,
when I excluding Instagram Explorer will exclude 1 additional placements.
Okay, say okay.
Okay.
It's trying to get you to stay on as many they want to throw your money as many places as they can and burn through it. You're trying to say, no. I want my money to go to these 4 and these 4 only.
Yeah. Stop trying to make my decision for me.
It will continue to try to take your $2 or your $5 and disperse it over the masses as opposed to a very targeted, specific place.
Sure, it makes sense. So now that that pop-up threw me off. on your back last thing. So what should we have for placements?
Reels, stories, feed, and profile feed.
Okay.
And then move to the next page, new awareness ad.
Got it. Thank you.
Everybody? Cool. From here, again, like I said earlier, make sure that your identity shows your CrossFit and your Instagram, not any other ones. If you have personal pages, if you have different ones, it might show up the first time. Make sure that these are going out to your business pages. Make sure that those both are the same. From there, you're going to go under ad setup and you're going to click use an existing post. You're going to use something that we've already created. That's the post that we just made over in Instagram or created from an organic post. We're then going to go add creative, select that post right here. We're going to click to Instagram. Don't ever use the Facebook version. Always use the Instagram version. Click Instagram. You're then going to select it purely by, that was a Reels post, but you could sort out just all your feeds and your Reels. From there, it should give you a new one. Now, my very second one here is follow us at The Strip CrossFit for inspiration and community. It's that post that I just changed from organic. I'm going to take that and I'm going to click continue. And now it's going to pull it up over here. It should pull it up into our main page. It might take a second to video post and process, but it should pull up everything right into here. From here, you're going to turn off the call to action. I find that when people think it's a little bit more organic, it gets better engagement, meaning that more people click on it. You're more than welcome to try it out. But I do find that if you turn off the button and have the call to action as the first part of your picture or of your thing, you'll get better engagement to it. People won't think of it as an ad. They'll think of it as a friend posted it, or it's within a friend's like environment or your environment that it was suggested to you, and that you get better actual engagement that people actually follow it. It's not like everything else that's trying to sell you something or getting you to click on something and immediately sold. So turn off the call to action. Everything else is the same. You're then going to just make sure that you like what it looks like. You're going to click advanced preview. And it should, hopefully, come on. Let's refresh it. Should show you all 4 of the different options and how it would look inside of that post. Again, if it takes you back to the main page, not a problem. You know how to get back in there. It should now show it over here on the right-hand side. If I click advanced preview, it now shows all the different ways that it's going to look on the 4 different platforms that we've specifically asked it to do. The reason why I like having that call to action first, I don't know why it's clicking out in multiple ways, but as you can see on most posts, I'm over here on the left-hand side one. Sorry, I don't know why it's clicking through all the different ones and showing some and not. But if you look at the very first one, the more cuts off everything else. So you need to have your call to action and some reasoning to it be within the first 8 to 10 words of what is shown on a post, because this is what everybody's going to see. And they're going to see the follow us at The Strip CrossFit for inspiration and community. You can change, obviously, the call to action to be whatever you want. But if they don't click if they don't click into it, this is all they're going to see. So make sure that they see that fairly quickly on there. Same thing on the Reels. They'll see the follow us at The Strip CrossFit. If you're on the Instagram profile feed, they'll see follow us at Instagram, all that. You can scroll down, look at all the different ones, but it's going to show you pretty much all the same stuff. From there, you're going to click out of that, and then you're going to click down here at the, oh, shoot, sorry. You're going to click right here at the bottom. You're going to click publish. You've now created and put out there into the ethos a ad. If you don't want it to start running, all you have to do is just go to the ad set here and turn it off. That'll turn it off and on. The campaign, again, this is anything within that. Awareness for Instagram follows. This is all the big bucket. This would be if I had multiple, all the different ones that I have running and all the different budgets that are behind it. I'm going to go into my other paid organic one just so you can see kind of what that looks like over time and how to kind of justify it. But if you go into and later on, when you're in your paid organics, you're going to see all the different, you're going to see your date, you're going to see what it is, and you're going to see what the picture is, ones that are active, ones that are turned off, and then the results from each of them. Again, depends on the market, depends on how often you do this, but typically what you want to do is you want to keep your cost per result at less than $5 per 1,000 people. As you can see, this one was terrible. Me asking for coaches was terrible. But you want to be able to, if you start running a bunch of different ones, again, start with $2 an ad so that you can run 3 or 4 different ones, see which ones engage with more people in the market better, and then being able to do it. You also then want to be able to look at, if you scroll over, you want to be able to look at actual link clicks. This is the most beneficial, is that if once you have your post, you want to see which ones are actually getting clicks into your main page to start following you. Impressions are great, but make sure that you're getting actual clicks into it, that people aren't just following it. If you're getting follows or impressions, and that's really good, that means that you have a good, if this number is really low and that number is good, that means that you have a good amount of people that they're willing to like show your post to because people like it. But if this number is super low compared to like this one, that means that your call to action was weak, or that there maybe the copy could use some refinement to get better people to click on it. Meaning that this one at 222, yes, it showed to about the same amount of people as the top one, but this actually got a better response from people and got a better number of people to go onto my profile compared to the other one. So my cost per click, even though it was showing it to the same number of people, was much better. It was $1.36 compared to $2.49. And that's kind of what I want to look at as my 2 main metrics for being able to do it. Again, these numbers are going to change based on how many other people are sending ads in your area and the market and the time of the year and the day of the week. So the best thing to do is run each one for 30 days and being able to have 5 to 6 different ones to be able to compare, because if one's not running very well, all I have to do is I can leave the other 3 running and just turn them off individually. If I like this one, I can turn it back on. Or if I want more, I can turn this one off and be like, hey, why did this one work really well? Okay, well, it's getting awareness. Maybe you go back in and you change the copy or change that message, and then you turn it back on with a different message. Create a new campaign with a different message and run it again at a different one.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So you took out the call to action, but then you have those link clicks. What do those link clicks mean? If
that means that they are taking some form of action from my actual post. Meaning that like I'm not putting a button on the page, but that they're either clicking my profile or they're clicking on that at The Strip CrossFit within my copy to move forward. Just to give you an idea, I'll show you what that looks like. I'll go back to screen share real quick. So let's pretend I did want to do that and I wanted to put the actual button on there. So this is what it looks like with no button. If I add the button, where is it? If I add a apply now, I can add a phone number, a WhatsApp, or anything on there. It's going to take a second because it's rebuilding it. Let's see what happens. It should, as long as this all goes, it should now add that as a button at the bottom, but now it looks like an ad. Oh, come on. It's going to take a second. Help me fix it. Oh, advanced preview. Come on. Why is it not doing it? Oh. Call. Yep. There we go. There we go. All right. Let me just do this. Learn more. There we go. None. And then adjust it. Sometimes these take some different adjustments and you got to click around with it different times. Again, I've not done it from this one, so it's not doing it. Sometimes it also weirdly unloads it. Link is required. Oh, it's at the bottom. Website link. Oh, that's why. Got to add my website. Otherwise, it won't take it. Because it's going to then look at it. There. There. But now my ad's going to have this little learn more button at the bottom. Are you with me? It's going to have this learn more on the post. It's not going to feel as organic. It's going to seem more salesy. It's going to seem more like that you didn't just happen to stumble on this page, that it's actually trying to sell me something. Are you with me? Sorry, I don't know who it was that I was talking to.
Yeah, it was Rob. Sorry.
Yeah, Rob, does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just trying to understand what it is tracking. So, like, if they click on more, it'll track it.
Yeah. So if I have this call to action turned off, it's them either clicking on my name of my gym, which brings them to my main page, or them clicking on this at the Strip CrossFit in my copy. It's them doing something with one of those two buttons.
Okay.
If you turn on a call to action here to say learn more or book now or apply now or get the offer, again, you can do it. You're just going to get less people to engage with you because now it feels like that when they click on that, they're going to get the guy calling them 5 times a day, trying to get them to join the gym. You with me?
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah. So all you're trying to do, Rob, is you're literally just trying to get them to follow you so that you can create engagement with them later on. Now, once my ads or my organic posts are boosted, now on a daily basis, what you're going to do is on your Instagram, this is much easier on your phone. Don't do it on the computer. It's really a pain. But you're going to go under your messages, or I'm sorry, under your notifications every single day. You're going to look, and anybody that follows you, you're going to click. I'll show you one that I did the other day. All right. Just so that you see what I'm talking about. Mark Jones started following me from my ad. So it tells me he started following me because he clicked on my post and then that. So I'm going to go to Mark's. It's a lot easier on your phone than it is on a computer. But you're then going to click these little 3 baby dots by their name. Most people don't even know it exists, but right next to their name, as soon as they start following you, this exists. So you click these 3 little dots. You then click send a message. And you write them a nice thank you. You keep it super soft, super like, hey, we're going on a first date. I don't want to like, we're not trying to sleep together yet. I just want to thank you for following me. And again, you just do it once a day. Take 10 or 15 minutes, go through all your new follows, thank everybody for following you, and say, hey, Mark, you use his name if it has it on his main page. Thanks for the follow. Give an emoji. Curious, what do you do currently for fitness? Interested in checking out all that we have to offer. So if you want to make a call to action, this is where you do the call to action, is on the second step. They've already moved a little bit closer. You just say, hey, Mark, thanks for the follow. You could purely leave it there, or you can have a potential next step. Curious, what do you do for fitness? You could leave it there, or you could ask multiple things within here. I like to do just this first part most of the time, is that like, hey, thanks for the follow. Curious, what do you do for fitness? And now they'll let you know, oh, I'm not really doing anything. And now you have a little bit more of an opportunity to create engagement with that individual. Everybody with me? Kinda? Yes? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? That is it. Jen, how'd I do? Not too bad. 1 hour.
Good. That was good. There were
Yeah.
actual questions in the box, and then
Yes.
we opened it up. So I think Bill had asked, how does posting like this compare to boosting a post?
Yeah, good question. Doing it this way allows you to much more dial in who you're speaking to. It's also cheaper. Just pure and simple, it's cheaper. You can boost a post from your actual Instagram account, and it's almost 1.8 to 2 times higher than doing it this way. Your impressions count is much lower. You won't be able to get as many stats, which won't be able to let you know which ones are actually working and which ones aren't. And you'll have way more tactical availability to be able to look at, diagnose, and do more of the things that are working. Does that make sense? Yes. Sorry, I was on my page. I didn't see all the questions on here. Yeah, Bill, how's that compare to boosting? Don't boost. Always do it this way. It's slightly more work, but it's way more beneficial. You'll have way more numbers and metrics that you can actually compare. You'll spend less money, and you won't burn through money without getting any result to it. Okay, Paul, recording being sent. Yep. How did this message auto-populate?
That's the next secret, right? Dina followed you during the call, and she got your auto message.
Oh, yeah. So there are softwares out there. If you want to spend more money, there's one that just became available for Instagram to do auto DMs back. Only do it if you're running a lot of campaigns and you can't keep up with it, because the organic, making it super specific to the individual, will get you a way better response. That being said, you can. The problem is we are in a very high traffic area. So majority of the people that do follow us from these type of campaigns, or the more people follow us that just happen to be visiting Vegas, that we don't go through it organically. But I do find that you get better conversation back when you use their first name and you like actually use like things about them, compared to a script that you could put in for everybody. The other thing is on the autos, it bubbles it, which makes it look, again, salesy and not so, and more automated than not. That being said, you can. I'm just, again, if you're only getting 5 to 10 per day, 5 to 10 follows per day, and you're not doing other things, it's very easy to take 10 minutes to sit down, click on the notifications tab on your phone, and just keep going back on your notifications till you get to the last person that you did from the day prior, or 2 days prior if you took a day off and didn't do all the replies.
In case Dina is interested in the app, is there a certain app or something?
Called ManyChat. ManyChat.
Got it. Right. Let's see. Zach had asked, any key differences in your strategy if you have an ask or an offer you are promoting?
I run them as different campaigns. I do not use old posts to create sales campaigns. I don't use, not saying you can't, I just don't. Like, much more of those are static photos that are maybe of a person and then just a direct call out, but it's a completely different animal for being able to, it's a different way of doing it. One, you need to have a CRM set up, which if you're not familiar with what a CRM is, you're not there, you shouldn't be doing it, that you can get back to them immediately. The dollar per output is way higher. So instead of, if you spend $5 per day on this style of asking people to follow you, you can probably get 2 to 5 follows per day, meaning that you're getting about $1 per lead. Typically, when you make it a call to action and you do sales, it now jumps to about $20 per lead, 18 to 20. Again, you can get good campaigns that run lower. I mean, I have had some that run as low as $8 per lead up to 20 to 25. But unless you have a salesperson and a larger amount of money that you want to start like doing auto or like actual cold sales to, then this is the easiest way to bring people into your marketing funnel and getting more awareness on your gym to be able to create the asks later on. The more people you get in the top of this from just creating the follows will be the first group of people, if you do create an actual sales or a call to action, that will get served that call to action, sales or copy on that next one, because they're warmer leads and they're already within your ecosphere. They're not having to search out. Basically, Facebook wants as much engagement. That's what they're paying for. They're paying for, they want to serve it to the people that are highest or most likely to click. You necessarily want to make sure that they are a good fit. That's why you want to be able to define your audience, define your radius. You don't want follows from New Mexico if you're in Las Vegas. You don't want follows from 15 or 30 miles away if they're not willing to like be a person that could come to my gym on the average. That's why you want to kind of create all those type of things. And then when you have a good bucket of people, you have 2,000 to 5,000 followers and a good amount of engagement on your organic and your paid organic stuff. Now I can go one step lower and now start having a better number of people that if I did do, hey, first month $50 campaign, it's now going to have a better set of eyeballs to serve that ad to. Does that make sense? Are you with me, Zach?
Yep.
So like the goal would be as layering ads. I should have a huge amount of like, if you're not creating organic posts already, you need to. I mean, CrossFit puts out a bunch of stuff that you don't even have to use your own gym. You could literally just copy their stuff, put it on yours, and people will take action because it's CrossFit related. Just putting out at least a post or 2 posts per week, whether you have a film guy or not. Again, those testimonials are just our head coach doing it. Our videos are done and edited. We do have a media person that does that for me. And I pay somebody once a month to come in and shoot an entire class, which gives me another 100 pictures to be able to create single posts for it. But just want to be able to show you kind of different ways of doing it. That this is kind of level one, is that I just want to create more awareness for my gym. And how can I do so cost effectively without putting a huge amount of dollars and budget towards it? Well, that would be just creating more awareness of my gym in that paid organic strategy that people start following me. And now that they know I exist from there, if I get 1,000 new followers this month, next month, if I put out a call to action of first month $50, the first audience that Facebook is going to serve that to is those 1,000 followers. And then it's going to keep reaching further and further outside that network. And the more people that have or are warmer to my gym or warmer to my Instagram are more willing to come into it and will actually keep my dollar per lead on my call out campaigns much lower. Does that make sense? And a better fit.
Yeah.
You with me?
Yep.
Thumbs up, kind of. Yes. Yeah. A little bit. Thumbs up. Cool. See a couple people.
Yeah.
Any other questions in the chat? Anything else that I can kind of answer from that level of Facebook? I mean, I blocked out 3 hours. I know Jen said that she had to go, but I mean, I'm happy to stay on here if there's specific cases. Again, I'm just trying to, I mean, I just want to make people aware that, like, again, you don't have to do it all via word of mouth, that you can start taking action and putting small amounts of money to really kind of generate more demand and more awareness for your gym. I mean, most people walk into a Walmart or walk into a grocery store with their hoodie on or their CrossFit Max Effort or their CrossFit The Strip CrossFit, and like nobody engages with you because nobody even knows that you exist. It's more so just creating the awareness within the small ecosphere of the area or of the like neighborhood or of the place that you want to generate business from, to just know that you're there and that you exist, so that when they are ready to take that next step, that they think of you in the same way as like an Orange Theory or the local Globo gym or anything like that.
Yeah.
Hey, one
That's
other
it.
question. Do you
Yeah, Dave,
typically
erupt.
do you typically follow people back? Does that give you
I
any
do not.
advantage? Okay.
No, I
Like
mean,
being
you can.
friends
I mean,
doesn't help.
no, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, the follow back, I mean, I typically wait till they become till they're a member to
Remember.
follow back, just so that that number isn't as big. It doesn't hurt you though. I mean, just like writing thank yous and stuff like that. I mean, it's not like liking more people or following more people isn't going to like hurt anything. It's just going to, your feed might not be the people I necessarily want to engage with the most, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I had a quick
Good
question.
question though. Yeah.
I was trying to fumble around on my ad while you were talking, so if I missed it, I apologize. But besides the age demographic in the region, do you mess around with the target audience at all as far as like demographics or like any of their interests, stuff like that?
I don't. I used to. I used to do CrossFit. I used to do 5Ks and stuff like that. And then I started remembering, I'm like, what did the person that started day one look like? Like they didn't wear Reebok shoes coming in my door. Nobody fucking knows. Like, you mean like what is like the person that's day -10 to like -100 all the way up to 0 at my gym? Like, what are their things? And like, what are like, I guess if you want to put Lululemon or if you want to do some of those, I just find that like Facebook is pretty good about taking the video and or the picture and matching that to the type of avatar that it sends out to within the guide rails of age range and region. I don't, yes, I'd probably get more follows if I went with a bigger region, but why do I care if the person in Omaha likes the stripped CrossFit when I'm spending money just to get more followers? We're a brick and mortar. So the ads that I want to do, the marketing that I want to do needs to speak specifically to people that could buy my stuff. With me? Yeah, good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, can you show me where the 3 dots are when you message them? Yeah. Let me go back to the screen share real quick. Share here. On your phone, it's in the top right-hand side. If you're on the computer, which is actually the more difficult version, you go under hearts for notifications. Let's just do Amanda because she just started it or just started following me. I click on our Amanda. Even if it doesn't allow me to actually text them in here, if you click the little 3 dots, which is super, super small, right next to their name, and then send message. And then again, you're going to see my automated one. Hey, thanks for the follow. Again, it's $15 a month. You can set it up for ManyChat. Otherwise, you can just do it yourself. If you're only doing 5 to 10 a day, it'll take you less than 2 minutes if you just copy and paste that text message from like your notepad or anything like that. But that's where it is. And then what you would do is after I type out my entire thing, I would then go back into my notifications. I would then go to the next person and I would go to Dina. I would then click on Dina. I would click on hers, click on her send message, and then I would create a message to her. And then I would go and I would do that. And I would keep going all the way back through my notifications till I got back to the person that I did it last to. So I would keep going and I would click here, go down all the way through. And then I would keep working backwards till I got to somebody that I had or that I had already text messaged before. With me? Got it? Good question. Anybody else? Any other questions on there? I mean, this related, Instagram related. Again, I got time. I know if you want to get going, I mean, that's pretty much the entire thing. What that looks like in real time, again, is you want to have, I mean, you want to kind of I dedicate 10% of all revenues towards ads. That can be a bigger number, smaller number, depending on what you're comfortable with. But you want to divide it out over about 3 or 4 different posts. You don't want to put the entire budget into one because you're not going to be able to tell which one's actually creating better engagement. So you don't need to care about how far back the post was. If it had good member engagement, it'll probably get good exterior engagement as well a lot of the time. But change the copy, add some money behind it, and then watch through those different ones for number of total clicks and the impressions that it's actually getting. And then from that, being able to then turn off the ads or the boosted ads that aren't working so well, and then putting new ones up there or putting bigger ad budgets towards the ones that are running better and getting more follows. So anybody else? Any other questions on there? No, I can stay on here as long as anybody else had questions. Martin says, thanks, super useful. Cool. Yeah, like I said, guys, I just wanted to be able to like get on here and kind of just share with everybody some different things. I know that like a lot of times it can seem super scary. And I mean, everybody's trying to sell you different things on why you should spend $2,000 a month to let somebody else run ads for you. And purely, this is really all they're doing is, I mean, they're just doing it on a bigger scale with a bigger group of people. But if you get good at it and learn to fish, you can do it at a much better amount of money for the spend that you're actually doing. You can be able to create 5 or 7 different ones that you constantly have going. And as long as you're constantly creating new content, as long as you're constantly like creating or posting stuff onto your page, you always have new stuff that you can be able to post to be able to engage with people. Oh, sorry.
So just real quick. So on the ads we created, then Facebook pops up and says you have a low opportunity score, or you could get more.
Don't listen to any of it.
Okay, thank you.
Don't listen to any of it. I don't want to show all my ads because I don't want to like overwhelm people. But again, all of mine say that. Let me pull it up. Like it's going to tell you to spend way more money on everything, and you just have to like know that like all right, let me get back out of here. Campaigns, like everything. Everything's going to say, this one doesn't say it, but like they're all going to kind of say it and or not say it. But it'll tell you that certain ones are doing better, and it'll ask you to try to like put more money behind it and different stuff. Just look at the numbers and listen to that. So again, scroll over to the side, look at the cost per 1,000, and then look at your total number of link clicks and decide based on your other posts which are getting better. The problem is that they're comparing it off of people that are potentially spending tens of thousands of dollars on marketing campaigns, and they're going to tell you that your $2 isn't reaching enough people. But it might reach enough people based on what you're looking for. You know what I mean? You're not a global company. You're not Nike. You're not, Orange Theory that's putting it out to every single like one of their ones. You're not working with $100,000 budgets where it's going to be able to refine it a little bit more and be able to maybe dial it in a little bit better. But you just have to look at those 3 markers, look at the total number of impressions, how much you're paying per 1,000, and then the clicks to it, and base it off of your specific numbers. So like, again, if you have 44 link clicks and your other one's got 22, clearly the one that's got 44 is doing better. But don't compare it to mine that has 172 because it's a different market. It's a different amount of ad spend. It's a different demographic. There's too many different markers. The goal would be is to add, or the reason why I did 5 on that ChatGPT is create 5 different call to actions and put it on 5 of your different posts and truly see which ones are doing better, and then just turn off the old ones and then be like, all right, we need to create more content around this because this is what more people engage with. And I mean, the testimonials are super easy once a month. I mean, whoever wins our committed club, they like, we don't make them do it, but they know that they have to create a testimonial. I mean, if they told me no, like they would like, I mean, we wouldn't like force them into it. But if you win the committed club, you are creating the testimonial. So once a month, it gives me an opportunity to put a brand new person and a brand new testimonial onto my Instagram page. And it's kind of like the first one was the toughest because it was kind of like twisting their arm to get them to actually like step in front of the camera and talk about it. But now that it's almost a year and a half of doing testimonials, people just know that it's part of the process of them winning the $100 worth of like protein and supplements, is that you're going to have to give a testimonial. You with me, Damien? Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. One more question. Do you do the same with Google?
No, I don't run anything Google. I'm not saying you can't. I just don't understand it enough to spend money. And we're also in a market that, I mean, we are right next to the Bellagio. So the problem with where we're located is anybody that Googles CrossFit Las Vegas would get served it, and I would be paying for anybody that's visiting Vegas. It might be different in a more rural and or like targeted demographic where you don't have a huge amount of like transient people. Like, I mean, we have 100,000 people every day that are visitors. So like if I drew a circle around mine and use that as the only thing, and I didn't call out specifics, which is what Google doesn't allow for, is that like it's going to serve all my money to everybody that's visiting Vegas that types in gyms. You with me?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Any other questions? Any other targeting questions or things that they might have missed on there? I got another 30 minutes if you're available, or we can cut it right here if everybody's good. Yeah. Anybody else? No? Looks good. Looks good. Nobody. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Hopefully we can do it again, and maybe we'll take it to a next step on there of like that second tier of a call to action. But again, I mean, I would stick with, I mean, if you're not doing $1,000 a month in ads, like I would stick with just this, and this at least gets them into your funnel and gets people to start talking about your business and like watching your actual feed of like what's going on and seeing the posts that you create within your community.
Thanks for your help, Joe.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Next time, tips on the word board.
What's that?
Next time you need tips on the word board.
Oh, come on. I can't. Yeah. That's once you start having to automate it a little bit more. I can't do it all in one phone call. Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
All right, guys. All right. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.